This is exhausting. What's up, you beautiful souls? And today we are going to dive into a topic that always hits us at the right place but the wrong time, and that is anxiety. And if you are tired of feeling like anxiety always has the upper hand and it kind of gets difficult by the day, well, you are not alone. I myself have been there and I completely get it. And today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you some very cool breathing exercises that have been my lifeline in this whole chaos of anxiety. And these 5 breathing exercises are a secret weapon that I use, and they will not just help you when it comes to your anxiety, but when you're in a situation where anxiety hits you, it will also help you during that moment. The best part of these breathing exercises is that they are super simple to follow and they are also very effective in the long term as long as you are consistent with doing it. Now, in case you're wondering that why should you do breathing exercises and how will breathing exercises help you with your anxiety? Now, let's say for example, when you're in love, what happens during that time? You'll realize that your breathing is very relaxed, it's very calm, and that's because your body releases oxytocin, which is also the love hormone that gives you this whole feeling of being relaxed and very calm. But what happens on the alternate side when you're angry? At that point of time, you'll realize that your breathing is very rapid, it's very shallow, it's very quick, and it's literally the same with anxiety. Now, when you experience anxiety, your body will activate the sympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for your fight or flight response, which is pretty much an evolutionary mechanism that is designed for you to deal with any kind of threats or perceived threats. So when this response triggers, it releases hormones like adrenaline and even cortisol. So it thinks that your body is dealing with some kind of danger. And when you get anxiety, you'll realize your breathing is very rapid and also shallow, which means that your body is sending all those oxygenated blood to the muscles of the body just because it feels like you can either face the threat or escape from it. And what breathing does is that it will switch from the sympathetic nervous system to the parasympathetic nervous system, which will help you get more relaxed. So instead of your body sending that oxygen to the muscles, it will start sending and increasing more oxygen to the brain. Now let's get straight into the breathing exercises. Now the thing with breathing exercises, what you really need to do is you firstly need to focus on your breath. So even if you have 1,000 thoughts popping in your head, you have to just ignore all of them, whether you have to complete something, you have a phone call, you have a work call. Just forget everything for that moment, focus on your breath. The very first breathing exercise we're going to do is what we call the diaphragmatic breathing. Now, all these breathing exercises, you can do it in 2 ways. Either you can lie down and do it, or you can sit on a very comfortable chair and practice it. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to place one hand on your stomach and the other hand, you can just keep it besides you. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable to do so. Inhale slowly and deeply through your nose. Make sure that you fill your lungs with air in such a way that your abdomen begins to rise. And once you're at that peak of your inhalation, just pause there for a moment. Exhale slowly and completely through your mouth, allowing your abdomen to fall as you release all that air through your lungs. Now, what I want you to do is try and repeat this process multiple times. And every time you do this, try to get your focus very strongly on your breath and the sensation of how it feels. Now, the very next is your 4-7-8 breathing. Now, firstly, before you start and do this exercise, you're going to try and close your eyes and try to get all your attention focused on your breath. So take a few deep breaths and try to get your entire focus just on your breathing. Now, once you get there, you are going to inhale through your nose for around 4 seconds. So while you do this, feel your lungs filling with air as you breathe in. Now, after you've inhaled for 4 seconds, hold your breath for a count of 7 seconds. Just make sure that you're not choking yourself and you are completely relaxed as you hold your breath. Now, after you've held your breath for around 7 seconds, you're going to exhale slowly for a count of 8 seconds and allow the air to slowly leave your lungs for the entire 8 seconds. And again, you're going to repeat the cycle for a few rounds. And every time you do this, just try to find a very constant and smooth rhythm to it. Now, the third, what we are going to do is called box breathing or square breathing. So either lie down or sit comfortably on a chair. Now, just like your 4-7-8 breathing, you're going to do is close your eyes and focus on the sensation of your breathing and try to get all your attention towards your breathing. Now, this breathing technique will require you to have a little bit of your imagination in it. So think that there is a box pretty much like this. Now, as you inhale deeply through your nose for a count of 4 seconds, imagine that you're climbing one side of the box. Now for another 4 to 5 seconds, you're going to hold your breath and you're going to imagine you are tracing from one side to the other side of the box. Now after you've held your breath for around those 4 seconds, you're going to exhale slowly and completely through your mouth for a count of another 4 seconds, tracing the third side of the square or the box. And lastly, hold your breath again for a count of 4 seconds, completing the entire square. And repeat this pattern again like the rest for several rounds, focusing your entire attention on your breath and also traveling and using your imagination by traveling through that box. Now, when you're doing this, make sure that you're focusing on your breath and also you're imagining this whole trail of the box. Now, number 4 is super simple, and that is equal breathing. Now, you know, there are times where you're in that situation where anxiety has just hit you and you're getting all the symptoms of anxiety. Like for me, when I was in a crowded place and suddenly my anxiety has just triggered and everything, my whole body is just going a bit haywire. Equal breathing is something that has saved me. And all you need to do is just inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4 seconds and exhale slowly for another count of 4 seconds. Just try and do this for multiple rounds where you just focus on your breath and you keep your mind as calm as you can while trying this breathing exercise, and trust me, it will help you in that situation. And your last breathing technique is your alternate nostril breathing. It's also a technique that is called Anulom Vilom, which is practiced a lot in yoga. Now, to do this exercise, you need to sit on a chair or maybe comfortably sit on the floor with your legs crossed, and you're going to use your thumb and your pinky. Now, all you're going to do is you're going to close your right nostril with your right thumb and inhale deeply through your left nostril. Now, close your left nostril with your pinky and release your right nostril and exhale slowly and completely through the right nostril. And now you're going to inhale through your right nostril and then close it with your right thumb and then exhale through your left nostril by releasing your pinky. And continue this alternate pattern of inhaling and exhaling through one nostril at a time for several rounds. And you'll also notice while doing this is that one nostril can inhale and exhale much more easily than the other nostril, and that's completely normal, but just try and focus on your breath and do it several times and try to find a balance and a rhythm while doing this. So there you have it. These are the 5 breathing techniques that have helped me, and trust me, these breathing techniques have been magical, but they will only work if you are very consistent with doing it. So if you just do this once today and then directly after another month, it's not going to help you. You have to make sure that you consistently practice this, and only then you will see results. But if your anxiety is really severe, then try and visit a health professional who will help you and guide you even better regarding your situation. And just in case you're thinking that, oh, I have to practice all these 5 breathing exercises together, well, you don't really have to. Whenever you have the time, just try and make sure that you practice 1 or maximum 2, even if you can, and it won't even take you more than 10 minutes. And anxiety is exhausting. So try these breathing exercises because trust me, I know they will help you calm down, and don't just go for results. Do the practice and you will automatically see the results. So try these exercises out, and if you have something that has also helped you, do let me know in the comments. And until we meet again next, don't stress and be awesome. Rocher that.